you guys are kind of like fighting the big guys, like there's big, bread companies out there, and you guys are coming in trying to like disturb what's going on, trying to make things better, trying to do good in society, treat people properly. So how do you actually compete against these like large companies that have like, unlimited pockets to kind of like just squash you really in some cases, right? So like, how do you do that?
I think the answer is actually in something you just said, Eric, which is that we have this ability to be super agile and nimble.
Hmm.
So we pride ourselves in being really customer centric. We find our customers and we partner with them on unique programs, or seasonal opportunities, let's say smaller opportunities that the big guys don't even want to take on because it's too
Hmm.
small for them, right?
Right.
And once you're able to kind of build those deeper relationships on those really small opportunities that you execute with excellence, and you demonstrate to the customers that, yes, you're small, but not only do you have the capacity to produce what they need, you can do it in a way that gives them the white glove service that
Hmm.
oftentimes large companies can't. We've been
Yeah.
able to just build a niche for ourselves. We are, the big companies are always going to be there. And luckily, we're in an industry that has room for all of us. So
Hmm.
for us, it's about just really building out this niche space for us where we can be, agile, customer centric, and build really great programs and products for our customers that other people can't. And by demonstrating our commitment to our customers and our commitment to a good product,
Hmm.
we've been able to find a really nice partnership, which is great.
Hmm. So like finding essentially like the differences between the big companies and yourself is what you're using to kind of like build your advantage, being nimble, trying to take advantage of the seasonal kind of opportunities and doing the things they just don't care about, and so which kind of further
And
emphasizes that you do care and that you are good. So that's cool. Yeah.
yeah, we think about our size, like the fact that we can be, smaller and nimble. It's kind of our superpower, right? So we
Hmm.
can do things that other people can't do. And we proactively, approach our customers about these ideas, but it's gotten to the point where they also come to us and they're like, hey, we want to do this really interesting type of product or program. Can you solve this problem for us? So because we've been
Hmm.
willing to, play in the small space a little bit, and
Hmm.
activate on those smaller programs, we've also become, for some of our customers, the problem solver, where,
Hmm.
other people who may not be able to shift their lines or their services as quickly as we are, can't solve those problems.
Right. And I guess on the topic of initiatives, like I think Loblaw has got into a lot of trouble with their initiative around kind of like their price fixing that they were doing with various other kind of large bread kind of companies, and so that's been a big highlight, like spotlight, I guess, in the last little bit, and they've estimated that there's been about an extra $1.50 per loaf that was added because of these inflated prices over the last 14 years. Do do you think that the settlement was enough for that? Like I think it was half a billion dollar settlement, but the cost to consumer was like over $4 billion, I think.
Yeah, you know what? I'll be honest. I was not in the industry at that time.
Yeah.
So I can't really speak to it. But what I can tell
Hmm.
you is in every conversation that we're having with our customers who are, large grocers, and
Hmm.
with even competitors when we're at trade shows, the focus right now, that heavy focus, is on
Hmm.
bringing value to Canadians. So it's
Okay.
about what is the product, what is the new innovation, what is the interesting flavor, what does it do? Is there a functional benefit? And then what is the right price point for that that offers value? So,
Hmm.
whatever may have happened in the past, what I am hearing now is that the focus is on bringing value. And I think everyone knows that that Canadians are looking for that. They're looking for value and they're looking for companies that they can trust to give them that
Hmm.
value. And
Hmm.
we're hoping that, our companies, Portofino included, will be well positioned to do that.
Okay. And I guess on the topic of trust, like how have you actually like built trust with your consumers, right? Like the loyalty, and because like I mean, I guess obviously the big bread companies have lost a lot of that trust, so maybe that gives you an opportunity. But yeah, what are you doing to kind of build that trust with the consumer?
I think for us, it's about being super transparent. So
Mm,
everything is on our packaging. We're really clear about what ingredients we are using, what we're not, what we do. Same with social media or our website. You can find out a lot about us. There's no
mm,
secrets. We respond to every single consumer message that comes into us,
mm.
and we aim to respond quickly. If it comes in on the weekend, there's no guarantees, but we try.
Yeah.
And I think that's really been our focus, is putting out a really good quality product consistently, and then being really transparent about everything we do to get that product from a wheat field onto your table.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, so that transparency, that like almost over communication,
Yeah.
and that certainly helps. That's cool.
The other thing that I actually think helps,
Mhm,
which is less what we do and more, a benefit we're given by the way our business is formatted, is
mm,
that we did all of our bakeries started as these family and founder run bakeries within the
right.
communities that they operate in.
Yeah.
So Portofino, has been operating on Vancouver Island to start. Now we're across Canada, but it's been there for decades.
Hmm.
So there already is this innate trust in the smaller guy, I think,
Hmm.
that isn't
That's true.
necessarily
Yeah.
there for these large corporations.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true. Because like by you kind of like helping these brands kind of continue, you're starting at a higher point of trust, because you might be around for 50 years or 20 years, whatever it is, and then kind of taking it from there. And people inherently trust like smaller companies more than they trust the big companies. So I think that, yeah, that gives you kind of like a big
Mhm.
leverage and opportunity.
Exactly. And I think, part of that, now that, we are talking it through, is people. The reason you trust a smaller company is because you think it's a person behind there who's going to treat you
Hmm.
as a person
Hmm.
versus just a big corporate machine who's going to kind of treat you as a number, right? There's that
Yeah.
inherent trust there. And I think that's something that we've continued by, showcasing the people who are working on your product or the people behind the company on
Hmm.
any of our communications.